All right, guys, we are going to be talking about the shaad. Welcome to Cameshiareviews. Woo! Episode 2. This season. I don't know what to say about this season, honestly. Let's go ahead and get started. Like we always do from the beginning. Emmet and his paranoia. Sometimes you have to think about it. Will being paranoid or feeling guilty completely ruin you? And the answer is yes, especially when you see Emmet and his struggles, okay? Now, I have my mic turned this way because I'm trying to get a better sound. I might even have my webcam actually on the way as we speak. So let me know, you guys, in the comments if this sounds, because I tested it and I love how it sounds. So we're going to keep it like this, okay? Paranoia will destroy you, okay? So, yes, he finally does it. What we all been screaming for him to do since he slept with Dom. He told Tiffany. I mean, when I said she kept asking him, what is wrong with you? What is going on? You know, they're trying to get it in. He's not focused. He's feeling guilty. He's daydreaming. He's standing at the kitchen sink thinking about what he did with Dom. He's having nightmares about Tiff trying to kill him. See, when he slept with Dom, I always felt like he slept with her, in my opinion, because he was attracted to Dom because she was a boss. And she really didn't want him. And I felt like that he was attracted to that. Now, Tiffany is a boss in her own right. Just because she's so green, she's still a boss. She's a woman doing it. And most women who do things that men do it better. Okay, like they're a pimp or anything else. She's doing, as far as being a dope boy, but she's being like a kingpin, but a queen pin. Much respect, okay? So, but this is the thing. When Tiffany and Emmet got married, I always felt like they're just getting married because they've been together for so long and he's done her wrong so many times. He's like, let me just marry her. That's the way I looked at it. It wasn't like they're so deep in love they have to get married. They really didn't need the paper. They didn't need to get married, in my opinion. I didn't feel like that was the next step they should have taken. Because even when you see her, before they got married, what was she doing? We'll get back to that. Has anybody even noticed that Kevin's family's house is different? It's like a 2-story house. Has anybody noticed that? I was just curious. That was just me. I don't know. I'm like, did the stepmom get some more coin? Because I don't know what the stepmom does. Anyway, this episode's called Cooley High. And if you look, Cooley High for me is a child. My mother and my father made me watch it, and I never regret it. In fact, I might watch it today because it's a rainy day outside. Cooley High is such a good movie. So I love the reference. Lena always does this old school stuff. Like she did Boomerang when she did 20s. So, and not Boomerang. I'm sorry. Boomerang when she did the other show because the kid was based on Boomerang characters. I almost tripping. But did she do Different World? I don't know. We'll come back to that one day. Because Lena always referenced the 90s stuff, which I love. Okay, so let's talk about this mayor, Perry, defending the police. The mayor is annoying, but I'm kind of looking at the mayor like they're doing Who Shot JR. Because y'all remember the very first episode, I told you guys that it was the finale they were showing clips of. And at the end, we'll find out. She may go change it. I don't know if this is already taped or whatever. But I always looked at it. Mayor getting shot, it's kind of like Who Shot JR. When there was a season of Dallas whatever and it has Who Shot JR, what they did was they showed different little clips, different things. That a threat, like he told his wife, because at the end people try to figure out, okay, well, who shot you? So to me, it's looking like Who Shot JR, because that's the way it's kind of setting up. That's just my opinion. Okay. Now, as far as the defunding story goes, attached to the George Floyd and the Breonna Taylor cases, I do understand where they're going with this, because I think the mayor actually feels this way, even though he's kind of a, what is that, mayor slash gangster as they call it. I do believe that this is like what he really wants to do. $1.7 billion budget. The CPD already gets a budget a mayor proposed and the city council approved. Kevin and Jake. Let's get into Kevin and Jake real quick. Kevin is going through all these things. He's smoking, he's drinking, he's tripping about his sister being kidnapped still. His friend Jake gets beat up in front of everybody, recorded by the police, and is injured, arm messed up and everything. So he's kind of, his mind is not there. Even though he's with Gemma, he's pushing her away. He has a straight attitude with his family. He's brooding. He's salty with everybody, just going through something. Okay? So Gemma is trying to challenge his intellect. He's not trying to hear that. But, like I told you guys in that very first scene in the premiere, and you see Gemma kissing Jake, I believe this is the start of it. Because Kevin goes to the college tour, pushes Gemma away, tries to find Jake. Jake's with some little girl that he met, kissing some girl and doing whatever. So he gives some money to Kevin and say, hey, go in there and go play some, cause they, the boys was in there playing video games. He said, go in there and make some money, go hustle. And so Kevin goes in there and kills it. But then all of a sudden, they was like, oh, you want to do some shrooms and all these different things? He's like, oh, nah, I don't want to do all that. I just keep doing my vape. Well, they start calling him stuff like, oh, well, you are. He's a kid. Okay. Next thing you know, he takes the pill or shroom or whatever he did. This child ends up throwing up. Okay. And his sister Keisha had to come pick him up. And when she went off of him, I completely understand. She's like, bro, I'm pregnant. I'm supposed to be in school right now. I'm supposed to be doing my track and everything. But right now, I can't do it. I'm here picking your behind up. You up here throwing up. Getting kicked off the tour. She's like, you need to be happy I don't tell mama what's going on. Kevin's just tripping. He really is. But he's going through a lot. He's going through a whole lot. Okay? Let's talk about that bus ride scene. Sitting there, because you have time to look at Kevin as he rides on his bus. It kind of gave me a little bit of I cannot think of this director's name. Who did Do the Right Thing? I cannot believe Spike Lee. The visual part of it. Okay, yeah. I get deep into it with this stuff. Now let's go back to when Jake was, packing his bag on the bed and getting ready to go. First of all, let's look at Jake with a family. Compared to when Jake first started out, still an angry kid, but he has a family. Okay. Trig is telling him it's okay to be, not to be strong all the time after all that crap you went through. We don't have to be strong all the time. Jake pauses for a moment and says, yes, we do. I do love that scene. That little boy can act. Okay. This is the part that's frustrating for me. Trig picks up his old friend. A friend that we all know is Jason Weaver. Welcome, Jason Weaver, to the show. Just got out of prison. Okay, he's already trying to take over and drive Trig's car. He's like, yo, you don't have a license or anything. He's like, oh, yeah. But he kind of gave him a look like, I did a bid for you. So whatever I ask you to do, you need to do it. Period. That's the way I looked at it. And then all of a sudden, he's going to be staying with him. He hadn't told Imani, which was a no-no. And then he acts really creepy with Imani. He kept looking at her, and I'm like, bro. And then to me, Trig, you probably respecting your girl. What is he doing? You're not even doing anything. Trig acting weird. See, that's how it be sometimes. You have like your homeboy come around that you haven't seen in a long time. So now you got to match his energy, match his smoke. He acting a fool. You got to be, You like, oh, you forgot you settled down doing the right thing. You forgot, right? You raising your brother. Hello. I didn't really like that. Okay. Anyway, whatever. So let's talk about Miss Jada. Jada with her man, they being intimate. They're going to the reunion along with Nina and her wife. But when they're together in bed intimately and he's touching her and everything else, he feels a lump. And this is where I see there is literally a lot of concern. He really does care about her. She said, "You want me to go get it checked out?" He said, "Please." So he flashed the scene. She's getting checked out, and the Dr. Trey says, "You have cancer." I'm like, what? One of the most scariest moments any woman has to go through. And people of color who don't go to a doctor, especially women, well, no, I was especially women. Well, all of us, women and men, we don't go to doctor as much. So when there is something going on, we find out about it at the very last bit or at the end, or when it's too late. Okay? I just was like, she started crying. I was just like crying with her. I'm like, oh my God. I'm not really liking where that is going, because from what I saw on the previews, it's just looking like her diagnosis is not, anything good. I don't know if it's a stage 4. It's just not looking too good. And so I don't know. I'm hoping they're not gonna kill her off. I don't know what's happening. So let's talk about Miss Tiff as she runs away from hearing from Emmett that that he slept with Dom. I mean, she didn't even say anything. She just left. And then he gonna say, "I love you. I want to be with you. Can we talk about it?" I'm like, that should be a line attached to most men who cheated and did something wrong. And nobody is completely surprised when all of a sudden Tiff shows up at that fine Dante, played by Corey. They do the whole green and everything. They got it going on. But when she ran off, she came there with just, I think, some panties and a bra on. And he grabbed her and they just went there. And I knew that was coming because they had been. Let me say this. Before she got married, whether she admits that or not, and I'm not saying that she's in the wrong, because Emmett is all the way wrong. But in the beginning, when you saw Tiff and him together, there was an attraction. He kept constantly bugging her a little bit, like, you happy with your man, you look good, and all this, that. Even before this even happened, that same day, he told her, "You're bored with him." And she said, "I'd rather be bored and have drama." So she's attracted to him. When he handed her the money, their hands touched, they had that long look. She been wanting him before they got married. I'm not saying that Emmett is wrong. Is right. But if Tiffany was to be honest, she wanted him before they even said "I do." Okay? It is what it is. So let's think about Kevin real quick. From his history, he witnessed a killing, shot the killer, dealt with his absentee father's death, left an all-black school to attend another one. Kidnapping of his sister. Kevin has been through like a lot. And then, the dude he goes to all the time, Brandon, he gone. So I think Kevin is allowed to spiral. But we can't let it happen is to spiral completely out of control. Okay. Mayor Douda made some decisions in this episode. He fires the officer in the public. I'm not gonna lie, I did like that part. In public, and vowed to defend the police. And in real life, 40% of the city's operation budget is dedicated to police resources. It's pretty difficult to fire a police officer. I was like, look, I did like that part though. Real talk. The person, his name is Shaad, who Trig picks up. I didn't say his name, from the Cook County jail after a very long sentence. At that big welcome back party, when he tells Imani that he's going to be staying there, the problem that's going to come up is this. Imani, thinking that her transgender status isn't known to Shaad, she's concerned. I would be too. I don't, because we don't even know if Jake told that. Okay, let's talk about Suede, who was with Jada. When they get to the reunion and all of a sudden the music come on playing, he said, "Ooh, that's my mama's song." I was like, bro, it's too soon for that. And then her nemesis comes up and is like, "Oh." He said, "Yeah, I gave you a massage before." She said, "You gave me more than that." Jada was like, "What?" I would have been so mortified, but I would have said, "You know what? He gave you more than that, but guess what? He gave me more than that and then some." I don't know what I would have did. It would have been something like that, though. I'd have been very petty, and then I would have left. The Jada situation, the Jada story, I do want to dig in deeper. Black women are 40% more likely to die from breast cancer than a white woman, twice to die if they're over 50, according to the American Cancer Society. So them bringing this storyline up, we can talk about it, we can get into it, but it's sad, and I don't know where they're going with it. And the way they got it called Cooley High, and then you see the whole theme at the theme at first at the reunion party in 1975, but then all of a sudden Jada and them get there dressed up, and all of a sudden her nemesis is like, "Oh, we changed our mind about what we're gonna wear. Were you not part of the group message?" Obviously she wanted her to show up there with the 70s. I would show up there saying, hey, man. So I like Papa and his girl. Think they're so cute. Cause Papa and his girlfriend, they're doing the podcast. Now there was a guy that he wanted to come there, and he didn't show up. He felt like his girl wasn't supporting him at all. But she had a different idea. So she goes, and she does this rap, and it is so smooth. The girl flow is super smooth. Okay? And so they do the rap. They're a beautiful couple. I think they're a cute couple because they're not the same atypical couples that you see. Young and black. They're not like a size 2. I love that dynamic. Okay. Now, what's gonna happen to Kevin? He been kicked off the college tour. What's gonna happen with that? What is he planning on doing? Is he going down? And I mean by that, the boy is very smart. He's very intelligent. But he's trying to find everything that he can to not do something. Trying to find everything he can to forget his life. So is he not focused on school? Is he taking time off of school? Is he going to get together before school starts? What is happening? I believe he will get together. But I believe it'll be like pushed to the last minute. And I do believe that it will be forced to change. Something's going to happen. It won't be like, "Oh, I'm going to just change my mind." It doesn't work like that in real life. How in the world would Douda go back and forth as a mayor and then as a gangster? Emmet and Tiff. Now they both have stepped out. She literally, and I doubt that her sleeping with him will happen just one time. This is going to be a more than one time situation. And from what the preview is, obviously Emmet knows he's sleeping with the client. And I can tell you right now, Emmet gonna try to get in that dude's face, and they probably gonna fight. But I do believe Tiffany still loves Emmet. The Jada cancer diagnosis. What in the world is gonna happen? As you guys know, the cop that got fired, Trig did beat the crap out of him. Now he's up there saying that it's Jake. I'm like, Jake had nothing to do with that. I hope there's a comeback on Jake, because the first thing he said was, "Oh, that was Jake who beat me up." And I'm like, no, that was not. So that is my review of the Shaad. So make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe as usual, and let me know what you think in the comments. And when the premiere pops up, let me know what you guys think about my review and think about this episode.